Now let's get to some of your late news headlines. For the third time in 4 weeks, the Justice Department has secured a criminal indictment against a political opponent of President Trump. A federal grand jury in Maryland today indicted the president's first-term national security advisor, John Bolton, for allegedly storing and transmitting classified information. Justice correspondent Scott McFarland is in Washington with the details.
2 months after federal agents searched John Bolton's home in Maryland and his office in Washington, a grand jury has indicted Bolton on 18 counts, including transmission of national defense information and unlawful retention of national defense information. The charging documents allege the former national security advisor shared more than 1,000 pages of highly sensitive information about his day-to-day activities in the White House, including classified national defense information, some of it top secret, and some of which he emailed in diary-like entries to relatives between April 2018 and September 2019. President Trump responded to Bolton's indictment this afternoon.
I didn't know that. You tell me for the first time, but I think he's, a bad person. I think he's a bad guy. Yeah, he's a bad guy. It's too bad, but it's the way it goes.
Bolton was a top Trump advisor in the president's first term, but he departed after 17 months over fierce disagreements over foreign policy.
He's just not receptive to new facts. The intelligence briefings don't communicate as much information as they should.
The two men have clashed frequently since then. Bolton wrote a book about the Trump White House, which described the president as erratic and a stunningly uninformed leader. Bolton is the third Trump rival to face criminal charges in recent weeks. Former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James were both charged in Virginia. All three deny wrongdoing.
This indictment is definitely much more substantial than the indictments we saw against Jim Comey and Tish James. It paints a picture, allegedly, of a defendant who is careless with classified information, with information concerning the national defense.
The court is expected to schedule an arraignment in this matter in the coming days at the federal courthouse in Greenbelt, Maryland. Bolton will face a judge, likely have his fingerprints taken, have a booking photo taken, and proceed from there. The judge assigned to the case is a 2013 appointee of then-President Obama. Scott McFarland, CBS News, Washington.
Escalating tensions tonight between the U.S. and Venezuela, and now the U.S. military is making its presence known right off Venezuela's coast. 3 B-52 long-range bombers flew for hours off the coast yesterday in a bold display of force. Late today, the mission's commander, Admiral Alvin Hoseley, suddenly stepped out less than a year into the job. This comes after President Trump confirmed he authorized CIA operations in the country that raised alarms on Capitol Hill.
Starting wars that may spiral out of control ought to be deeply alarming to the American public.
We are certainly looking at land now because we've got the sea very well under control.
There are now 10,000 U.S. troops in the Caribbean, backed by warships, a submarine, and helicopters, spotted just 90 miles from Venezuela. Maduro, already under the U.S. indictment, is pushing back. They're denying any CIA-led plot, even as the U.S. offers a $50 million reward for information leading to his arrest. Also new tonight, the man arrested in connection with starting the deadly Palisades fire in Los Angeles is facing new charges. A federal grand jury indicted Jonathan Renerick on 2 additional federal charges. He was already facing 1 charge related to the January fire that dissipated the Pacific Palisades area and killed 12 people. The 29-year-old male made his initial appearance in Orlando federal court last week and will appear in front of a judge in Los Angeles soon. If convicted of all charges, he'll face up to 45 years in prison.